And now let's go into another one here. What about my monthly expenses on like furniture and clothing? Like I just bought I got a great deal. I got a screaming deal on a sleigh bed.
Yeah.
You know, I got half off on a sleigh bed.
Yeah.
Beautiful furniture. I got this ornamental elephant-looking a nightstand sort of deal. Is that?
Well, I mean, it's putting money in your pocket. That's the way I look at it. Is your sleigh bed making you money?
People have offered to pay to look at the sleigh bed. Okay, so you're saying that my furniture is a loss.
Yes.
Okay, a couple more just so we can kind of get it here. Furniture, and I write in Spanglish so the folks at home are universally confused.
Yep.
That's why I choose to write like that. Okay, now what about lottery tickets? I mean, if I'm saying, man, I really feel like I could win, I'm a winner, but I smell like a winner, I know I'm a winner, I'm going to buy this ticket, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Lottery ticket.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's an asset if it's a winner, but it's most likely not going to be a winner, so of course it's a liability.
So the casino or the lottery, as a general rule, is a liability.
That's correct.
Now, what are some things that we could put over here in the asset column that everybody watching this could do? Some things that we could put into the asset column, because right now we have. Let's just say we're talking about Joan here, and Joan, if you're watching this and you're offended, I apologize, but we respect you as a person. But let's say Joan makes $50,000 a year. And Joan has a car and a house, she's in a formal education and a student loan and some furniture, and she goes to the casino a little bit. We're telling Joan right now, Joan, you are buying a lot of liabilities. Mm-hmm. And so what are some assets that Joan could buy? Or how can Joan, because how old are you now?
I'm 35. At
the age of 35, have kind of achieved this state of financial freedom where you don't have a house payment. You don't wake up every day being like, oh man, I have to work 70 hours this week just to pay the bills. You're basically kind of financially free, where a lot of people, I read a stat this week that was blowing my mind. And as you guys edit this, maybe we can put the citing on this, but it's over 90% of Americans, when they turn 69 years old, have a negative net worth at the time of retirement. So that means, and also, there was an article that came out that showed that over half of Americans don't like their jobs. So it means that over half of Americans are spending 5/7 of their week working at a job they don't like for nothing. Because when they actually retire, they have more money they owe than what they had to start with. So it means if you graduate from high school right now, if you're in high school right now and you have $0 in the bank, you are ahead of the average 69-year-old after their entire lifetime of earnings. So what can I do to start to move from here to here?
Well, I mean, technically an asset, although I don't recommend this for very long, but cash in the bank is an asset.
Cash, okay, so cash is an asset. So let's just say that I'm Joan, and I have a car payment, a house payment, a formal education payment, what can I do to start to transition from here to here?
Well, for something like a car, I mean, sell that car that you owe money on and buy yourself a car that gets you places that is reasonable and something that you can pay cash for.
Have you ever had a car payment?
I've never had a car payment and never will I have a car payment.
This just in from our home office off the coast of Delaware. No car payment ever. I also have never had a car payment. And I will tell you that I have researched, I'm going to make up a number here, but probably 100 millionaires at some point in my lifetime, 100 or more. Also, there's a book called The Millionaire Next Door. Mm-hmm. And I have discovered that every single one of the millionaires that I've interviewed has never, and I repeat, never, ever had a car payment.
Yeah.
And it's important, if you have one right now, sell that beast. Now, how do you do it? I drove a 1984 Chevy Brown van up until 2009. Mm-hmm. And my homeowners association made me sell it. You drove...
I have 4 kids, so we have to have a Suburban, and Suburbans are expensive, and the feeling or the temptation can be, hey, I deserve to go out and buy myself a brand new Suburban for $45,000, but I resist that temptation. I've always been able to find nice, good Suburbans that are in good shape that are less than $10,000, and I do that.
Less than $10,000?
Yeah, you can do it. It takes a little bit of work, but if I'm going to drive down the road and with my 4 kids, and I love my kids, but whether it's $45,000 or $10,000, they're going to trash that car within the first hour. So, and regardless, even if that wasn't the case, I'd figure out a car that fits me, that's going to be something that I can pay cash for, because it's just not worth spending monthly on that car.
I found that kids will look for the most important feature in the car, like the DVD, and they'll be like, I wonder if I took a marker and wrote on that screen what would happen, Dad. And they, you know, or I wonder if I threw up there on that thing, what would happen? They just kind of destroy all things of value.
And the great thing about that is whenever that rock hits your windshield, your stress level is not nearly as high with a $10,000 car versus a $45,000 car.
Yeah, one thing I like to do is buy a car that's already been keyed. That way, if you key it, I don't care.
Yeah.